Hello, folks. Welcome back to Chris Wyatt Reports. This is Chris in Johannesburg. South Africans, by and large, are really just good people. They're not racist. Most of them aren't bigots. They simply people trying to get along, live their lives, raise their families, succeed, enjoy life, worship in their own fashion, and behave themselves and be good neighbors. Those are most South Africans. However, there is a breed of South Africans that really are racist. And those races come in all skin hues and colors. Now, some people dispute this, but that's just because they're being difficult and ignoring the facts. The facts are quite simple. Anybody can be a racist. Racism is advocating advantage or disadvantage over one group or another by believing that one group is better or entitled to something that the other group isn't. Pretty simple, straightforward. And that is the situation of South Africa. But I have to do this video because what's incredibly disgusting, vile, repulsive, and ever present in the aftermath of the elections, the blatant, hateful, shameful, destructive racism and race hustling of people all over the political spectrum who happen to be black, spewing the most horrible things. We see garbage and uninformed nonsense about the Democratic Alliance still being called a white party when the majority of its voters are actually colored South Africans. Whites are a minority amongst the voters there. We hear this nonsense all the time from the likes of the EFF, and now we're hearing it from MK. We're hearing it from the South African Communist Party. We're hearing it from COSATU, openly calling the Democratic Alliance racist. We have people like Lindiwe Sisulu, the disgraceful former minister of everything except toilets in South Africa, saying that they're the offspring, that they're the party of F.W. de Klerk. F.W. de Klerk, of course, was in the National Party. The antecedent roots of the Democratic Alliance come from the Progressive Party in 1959. This party broke away from others and fought to end apartheid for 30 years. While the ANC merged with the National Party, or what was left of it known as the New National Party, when von Schalkwyk merged the party with the ANC in the late 1990s. So the antecedent roots of the so-called Liberation Party include the implementation of apartheid. So the vile language coming from the SACP, from COSATU, from MK, from members of the African National Congress is disgusting. And ANC supporters are wholly ignorant of history in this country. The very people who have genuine liberation credentials, like Helen Zille and the Democratic Alliance, are the people you're calling racist, and you're attacking and claiming that their approach to government takes you back to apartheid. This is just wrong-headed, stupid, uninformed bigotry and outright racism. It is. It's ridiculous. What is this obsession with race that these people have and their hatred for others? The vast majority of these people never lived under apartheid. They have no inkling what it was, nor did they experience it. They just make excuses for their failure. Or is this simply naked political opportunism? In many cases, that is the situation, particularly with the politicians themselves. It's just opportunism. They know that this sort of stupidity plays in the minds of ignorant voters and ignorant South Africans, just like ignorant Americans, so easily. And so they try to take advantage of it for themselves, to profit and prop themselves up. But it needs to stop. Now, the worst part about all of this is the silence of the media, the absolute silence. The media laps it up. They report all this stuff. And none of them question, how can they make this complaint? I did see one report where someone said it is ironic that the ANC is complaining about the DA during apartheid when it's the ANC that merged with the National Party. Only one reporter has said that. But where is the Western press? Where is the international press exposing this fraud, exposing this vile, putrid, disgusting, hateful lies that are being perpetrated by senior members of politically important organizations across South Africa because they're angry that the Democratic Alliance could go into a potential coalition with the ANC? They would defend the ANC, which has cost this country millions of jobs and has tripled the rate of poverty. The number of people actually living in poverty, especially black South Africans, is more than triple what it was under the National Party. And they believe that's the answer to this country. And the response is to look at the Democratic Alliance and call it a white party and therefore exhibit their true heart, their racism in their heart against these people. Where is the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Paris Match, Le Figaro, Le Monde, the Guardian, the Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung, the Age in Australia? They're nowhere, because this sort of hatred and bile is tolerated as long as it's against the correct class, those with insufficient pigmentation. It's sick. These views do not represent nearly any black South Africans, or brown, or white. They should be exposed for the putrid, vile, disgusting, racist garbage that it is, and race hustling. And it should be repudiated by reputable members of these organizations, where the people spewing these things should be dismissed forthwith. There you have it, folks. Racism will not be tolerated. Footsec to the racist. Thanks a lot. Be sure to hit the like button and become a subscriber if you're not one already. Cheers. Have a good day.